Ladies and gentlemen, absolutely everyone wants to know how to make $10,000 a month as a student. The only issue is there's a lot of BS out there. There's a lot of misinformation, and there are a lot of people making it seem a lot easier than it actually is. So, in today's video, I'm going to break down the 3 main components you need to focus on in order to make $10,000 a month as a student. Now, the first thing you need in order to hit $10,000 a month as a student is the right vehicle. And let me tell you what I mean. You see, the thing is, you need a means. You need an opportunity that is big enough, but not too risky, where you can actually achieve $10,000 a month as a student. Now, I will say this, $10,000 a month, and I'm really not trying to be insensitive here. I understand that I was a fringe case. I hit $10,000 a month when I was 17 years old, but I'm going to talk about that a little later in this video, and how I actually got to that place. I hit $10,000 a month when I was 17 years old, and by the time I turned 18, I was hitting $50,000 to $60,000 a month. So, I'm speaking here from experience. You need a vehicle, a way that you can make that sort of money, but in a way where you're not going to risk losing all of the money that you do have. So, the first thing that I will tell you is this. Crypto and AI trading are out the window. I'm going to be very honest with you. There's a lot of traders out there who are trying to sell you BS, because when you sign up with their little affiliate link, and you get your $100 free crypto, when you lose money, that's actually where they make money. They don't make money on the little sign-up bonus that they get when you join. They make money when you lose. They're literally incentivized for you to lose. And listen, that's just the honest truth of it. Even if you have $1,000, for you to take $1,000 and turn that into $10,000 or $20,000 in a single year through trading is actually very difficult. The amount of successful trades, the average of all those successful trades, is very, very low. Whereas for you to take $1,000 and invest that into starting a very lean online business, especially now in 2025, with AI tools and automation, by the end of the year you're talking tens of thousands of dollars. I don't think realistically you're going to hit hundreds of thousands of dollars in your first year. It happens sometimes, but it's very unrealistic. But definitely by the end of the year, you should be making more than your average salary if you were just working a traditional 9 to 5. And the best part is you should be able to do it remotely. So, in order to make money, you need something that spits out free cash flow. And what I mean by that is profit that you can actually use. Because here's the other thing I'll tell you. People always look at net worth. They go, oh, he has $100 million net worth, but his entire net worth is in his company. And he can't take out money from his company because he may have investors or this or that. Or you have certain people, for example, a lot of people in the Web3 game, where they have a lot of money. Their portfolio is worth a lot, but they're not very cash rich. They don't actually have a lot of cash lying around. They're wealthy, but their money is tied up in places. And that's not the place you want to be at when you're first starting a business. So, a lot of businesses, like for example, building a proper AI SaaS company. By the way, when I say proper AI SaaS company, once again, I'm speaking from experience. I've had an AI writing tool for a few years. The thing is, the model training, everything is beautiful. We've got this amazing GPT-4 integration on the inside. This business is okay. It's my smallest business. It makes around $2.5 to $3 million a year. And that sounds great, until you realize that we have 40% margins. So I'm only keeping 40% of that money. And it's even worse when you realize that any profit I make, I can't keep. I have to roll that into new development. Especially with a product like this, it's actually very difficult to maintain. So for me to put in an order now for another development sprint, I may only get that live in 3, 4, 5 months, depending on the complexity. So even though someone would look at it and go, that's a $3 million a year business at 40% margins, you never actually get to keep that profit because you always have to reinvest into the business. And that is very different from, for example, a service-based business. So if you're offering a service to clients, whether that be building their AI chatbots, doing their short-form content, little TikToks and Reels, creating many AI-generated versions and distributing them all over the internet, or focusing on Google Ads for e-commerce brands, you need to remember one thing. Whatever the service is, it needs to have one of two things: high perceived value to the client or high leverage. High perceived value means the client looks at your service and thinks, wow, this is actually worth it. I'm more than happy as a business to pay this external consultant or service provider $1,000 a month, $3,000 a month, you name it. High leverage, on the other hand, means you use systems or people to multiply your efforts. For example, if you're an AI content creator and want to make $10,000 a month, you need to hire people below you. That way, you're not just a solo creator, you're running a system. Let's say you hire freelancers in countries where $1,000 a month is a great salary. If their work produces $4,000 to $5,000 a month in business for your agency, that's leverage. This is how you scale. You may make slightly less per client, but your total income grows because you're managing a team. Just remember, with these business models, you're not going to make $100 million. I'm going to be honest with you, but you're also not going to go broke trying. The business model that gets you to $10,000 a month won't necessarily get you to $100 million. And that's okay. Baby steps. Choose the right vehicle for the right stage in your career. Now, the next component of making $10,000 a month is this. Stretch out the timeline. Here's the thing. Social media has completely messed with our expectations. 20 years ago, if you were 21 years old, making $4,000 a month without a 9-to-5 job, you'd feel like a king. You'd think you were absolutely killing it. But now, you look online, and you think, I'm 21, I don't work a 9-to-5, I have location freedom, and I'm only making $4,000 a month? I'm not making $10,000 a month yet. What's wrong with me? How crazy is that? And yes, I know that I've played a part in this. I've achieved things that are unrealistic for most people, and I've shared my journey. But I always tell people, a third of my success is hard work. A third is timing, starting the right business at the right time, and the last third is luck, or God, or whatever you want to call it. It's important to set your expectations. I started my first business back in 2022, and it took me 2 years to hit $10,000 a month. That's totally fine. That's actually pretty great. Do I think it will take you 2 years if you work as hard as I did? Probably not. There are so many more opportunities now. But even if it does take 2 years, who cares? Set your expectations to years, not months. If you achieve it sooner, great. But don't let unrealistic expectations discourage you. Now, the third and final component to making $10,000 a month is this. Once you get there, stay there. Making $10,000 a month is the easy part. Maintaining it, that's where the real work begins. It's not just about making money, it's about keeping it, multiplying it, and building sustainable wealth. Learn from old money. Study how they keep and grow their wealth. Even though I'm new money, I've always made it a point to learn from those who've built legacies. Once you hit $10,000 a month, make it your baseline. We all have financial baselines. For me, 2 years ago, it was $1,000 a month. Then it went to $5,000, then $10,000. Now it's $100,000 a month and climbing. Your baseline isn't what you're aiming for. It's the minimum you're willing to accept. Anything below that feels off. It doesn't match your identity. So, get to $10,000 a month, make it your identity, and then work your way up from there. And lastly, if you found value in this video, please take a moment to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Your support helps me create more content like this, and it means the world to me. I'm rooting for you, and I can't wait to see your journey. Let's get to work.